Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam amma ba'da. Habati fillah. An important qaida shar'iyya comes in a very simple ibara from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alaykum bi sunnati. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when we're dealing with problems, when we're dealing with mashakil in our lives, when we're dealing with fitna, trials and tribulations in our lives and as an ummah and as a nation, and in dealing with the struggles that have been put before us and the obstacles in life, that there is one marji, there's one place to go back to. Alaykum bi sunnati. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "It is upon you my sunnah," or adhere to my sunnah. And in the beginning of the hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "As-sami'u wa ta'a, wa in taqullah wa sami'u wa ta'a, when ta'ammara alaykum abdan habashi, fa innahum man yu'ish minkum fasayara ikhtilafan kathira." So the Prophet ﷺ said, fear Allah and hear and obey, meaning hear and obey the Muslim authority. And he said, for verily those who live after my time will see many differences. Look at how the Prophet ﷺ began that hadith, because he began by ordering us to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he ﷺ said that we should as-sami wa ta'a, hear and obey the Muslim authority. That shows us that the Muslim authority, even if they have sin, even if they have oppression, even if they're celebrating un-Islamic festivities, even if they're building such and such, even if they're doing such and such, that still, as long as they are still Muslim, we have to hear and obey them. And that hadith is a very powerful hujjah against Ahl Bid'ah and the people of Takfir. Another point, and I'm just reflecting on this hadith, that the Prophet ﷺ began with talking about fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, adhering to his commandments, avoiding his prohibitions, then to hear and obey the Muslim authority, and then he said that you'll see differences kathira. Why? Or what can we obtain from that tartib, that ordering that the Prophet ﷺ mentioned? One of the benefits we can gain from that is it shows us that some of that ikhtilaf and kathir, some of those differences, will lead people to no longer hear and obey the Muslim authority, will lead people to begin to speak evil about the leaders, to begin to rebel against the leaders, to begin to have people, to encourage people to make takfir of the leaders and start new jama'at, new groups, and make the bay'ah like Shabab, Boko Haram, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, all these wicked groups that distort Islam and distort the haqq, that these people go against the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and it is if the Prophet ﷺ foresaw that some of these groups, these innovative groups, would come and appear. And that's why he talked about the Khawarij, al-Khawarij kilab al-nar, the Khawarij are the dogs of the fire. So my advice to myself and my brothers and sisters is to continue to seek knowledge, avoid speaking about things that have no concern to us, and avoid speaking ill of the Muslim leaders as long as they are still Muslim. And we ask Allah the Almighty to accept our good and forgive our evil. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.